Yay, I get to see you again with your pretty pink hair.
Oh, thank you, thank you. It's fading out. It's kind of like peachy now, but it's okay.
It looks so good. And I'm so excited about what we're going to discuss today, which is,
My new brow henna basics and design course launching on Monday.
woo, yeah, baby, Hannah Brows. Who knows what it is? Well, I'm going to let Jessica take it away and tell us what it is so we can learn all the good stuff. Go right ahead.
All right, thank you. Okay, so brow henna is a natural 100% plant-derived vegan alternative to the typical eyebrow tints and dyes. So basically there's no chemical developers needed, so you don't have to worry about peroxide allergies, chemical burns, and other skin reactions other than if they're actually allergic to henna itself. But that's very, very rare actually. I don't come across it very often. And with henna, it's really nice because it's good for everyone, whether you're young or old or what have you. So it's really good at covering those stubborn white gray hairs for your mature clients. It's
Oh, yeah.
awesome because it also, yeah, it stains the skin as well as the brow hair. So it lasts a lot longer than your traditional tints. So instead of just being a few days on the skin, it actually stains the skin for up to 2 weeks. And then it will stain the brow hairs for 6 or 7 weeks. If you have drier skin that's less oily, it does last longer. So it's a really great alternative. And for those who aren't quite sure about permanent makeup, and if you're doing permanent makeup, it's a really great way to kind of ease them into it because it gives the same effect as powder brows without the pain, for one. And then they can kind of test out shapes and tones if they're not quite sure, or if they've had a bad experience and they need to get a boost or a correction, you can kind of show them with the henna first, and then you gain their trust and confidence, and then it's easier to book them beforehand, like a try before you buy kind of option.
I love it. And I love one of the things that you said here about covering grays, because that's a question that comes up for me all the time in permanent makeup when women are like, but my hair is starting to turn gray. So it actually sounds like that's a service I can add on to my PMU once the brows are actually healed.
Absolutely. So if they have PMU and they're getting those gray hairs, instead of telling them like go shave your eyebrows off, right? They can just use the henna, and you don't have to go extensively map at that point. You can do an even quicker session. In those cases, if you're just treating the hairs, that's like a 30-minute service. If you're doing the mapping and everything from scratch, it's like 60 minutes. So on average, I'm in Canada, so the pricings that I'd have right now are $75. That's without waxing. If you're doing hair removal, you can charge even more, but you can stem anywhere from 55 to $125. And if you're doing henna in 30 to 60 minutes, that's essentially another 75, $95 an hour. So
Well,
it's
you
a nice
just gave me
add-on.
a
And
brilliant idea that I wouldn't have thought of on my own, because it's a question I get very frequently. Well, my hair is turning gray. So now I think that I can create some kind of package where I can offer them like maybe monthly or every 2 months, because you said it can last up to 6 weeks on the hairs.
yeah, I would recommend 2 months. Honestly, it does stain the hair so well that I find for my more mature clients, they just come in every 2 months, and then they'll just kind of do the little bit of stain on top. And it's a really quick procedure if you're not doing the full mapping. So if they have the permanent makeup, they're good to go. And you'll find a lot of the times, like they'll come in repetitively because they like getting that like fresh up, or if it's when their brows start fading but they want to go on holidays, they don't want to do the thing yet, they'll use henna in the midterm until they can come get their boost and stuff. So it's a really nice add-on, and it works really well with it, which is kind of ironic because you think it would be one or the other.
No, it's a great idea. It sounds fabulous. I actually started putting it on my website, and now I have more things to explain about it. And what about like different colors? Does it come in varieties of colors and things?
There's a lot of variety. And what I say, especially if you're starting out or you're just kind of adding it on as a service, you don't have to go gung ho and invest in like a $500 starter kit. Quite honestly, if as long as you have a light brown, a medium brown, and a dark brown, those, if you have those three, you can mix your henna. I also have a free online workshop that shows you how to mix and swatch henna. So I
Wow.
can even drop the link in this group. So you can tone it really easily and you can custom colors. My biggest recommendation and pro tip that I'll give you in this live is if you're starting with a fair haired client or you're not sure and it's a new product that you're using, just start with 2 layers. Start with 2 layers. It's not going to be too dark in that case. And go from there. Because usually in a service, I'll do three personally. But if you're not sure it's a new product, just do two. and it's not going to be like crazy.
So
And the
do you
best thing with henna
actually
is if it,
sell? I'm sorry, go
pardon
ahead.
me?
So
Oh
do you
no, go
actually
for it. I can
sell all these colors? Like, can we buy them from you?
what I've done is I have an affiliate link with Hive Beauty, and currently they're out of stock in henna. But one I can recommend checking out Brow Code. They're out
Yeah.
of Australia and they offer the capsules, and the capsules are really nice when you're starting out because one capsule, you can use one whole capsule in a treatment, or if you're conservative, you could get 2 or 3 treatments out of a capsule if you're mixing and stuff. So that's a nice option. Or another one that's really good that I've been playing around with is the Be Pampered henna. It's actually a Canadian company. And the other ones I've used were Miami Pro and Browzenna, and they're a Russian company. So I've had issues with getting supplies and stuff lately with what's going on in the world. So I would recommend the other two right now. They're more easily available.
Oh yeah, well we love Hive Beauty, and we definitely I've definitely heard about Brow Code. They have really good ratings too, so that sounds really awesome. So you were saying we can do different kind of mixes. We could start out with those 3 colors and experiment until we
Yeah.
find like what we, can just tweak it to each person's desired color.
Totally. I would recommend getting your 3 main colors. I'll drop the link for the color swatching because I explained it a little bit further, and then you'll get a better understanding. If you're doing the swatches on skin, you'll see how they set and you'll understand better what you want to use. You can take pictures and keep them, and then you kind of know what works for you and what's going to be happening on your client. And then you don't have any surprises where some brands might be a little bit warmer. As long as you kind of know your basic color theory, which you would in permanent makeup with warms and cool tones, it's essentially the same concept. Just instead of dealing with the modifier in your pigment, you're just mixing the henna as you need. So
That sounds awesome. So I have 2 more questions. So first of
mhm.
all, can you tell us a little bit about your eyebrows? And the other
Mhm.
question, I forgot it. Can you tell me specifically what I learn if I sign up for your course?
Okay, so for the course, if you sign up for my course, you will learn step-by-step instruction on how to mix and apply your henna. You will also learn how to shape brows. So if you're not familiar with the string mat method, I review all of that as well. And you're going to have full support with my Facebook community, and you're going to learn like everything you need to know from your swatching, because I include the online workshop in part of the course as well. And it covers everything. It covers everything you need to know to get started. I also have links for the recommendations I gave. There's also discount code for Hive Beauty in there as well. So if you want to save 15% on your products, that's in there. And yeah, I go through like everything from tray setup, and I do full live demos. So you can see me, I'm going to do 2 full live demos actually. So you can watch me do the service using a couple different products as well. I use 2 different brands. So you can see the capsule form being mixed and used versus the powder form. And I show darker brows and lighter brows. So you get an idea of both.
That's cool. Yeah, henna was always something I was really interested in, especially as I was more of a newer artist, because it's a good, like you said, it's like a good starter kind of warm up
Mm-hmm.
to people that are considering powder brows or permanent makeup. Some people don't even know what henna is. They just call up, do you do brow tinting? And then when you explain
Mm-hmm.
to them how this has more benefits, it's really exciting, and they're very interested. And one of the troubles I really had was when I was trying to offer henna, which I didn't. I stopped because I wasn't successful. So maybe now I will be. And I couldn't find a good product, and I couldn't figure out how to do it so that it can last long. And I actually did spend a lot of time on that, trying to figure out. So I'm so happy that you're giving us those clear directions, exactly what we
Yes,
can
and
use and how to apply it.
yeah, and in the course, I do give you like from the beginning to the end, and it's really important when you're prepping the brow before you're mapping for your henna to last, and I explain that too. So it kind of
Yeah.
goes through what you need, because if you just go and throw it on there, it's not really going to work out for you.
Right. I love all those tips. Those are really awesome tips. I am so excited. But now I still want to know what you got on your brows if you want to tell us.
My brows, honestly, it's eyeshadow today. I was supposed to be getting my brows done in October. I was going to get them done by one of my mentors, Shay Danielle, actually. But
Oh, yes.
unfortunately, I ended up with COVID and I had to cancel and rebook, and
Hmm.
we're just both really busy. So it looks like it's going to be the new year before I get my brows done officially. So this is just a little bit of eyeshadow
That's okay.
because, yeah,
It
and
gives
just
you
trying to
something
rock
to
it.
look. Yes.
There's
It
actually
gives.
pink in there I forgot about. So I saw it
I love
on my
it.
brush
I
and I was
love
like,
the
oh,
colors. I love the colorful, and it gives you something to look forward to. When I had done my brows, it took me almost a year to make the decision, and I should have made the decision earlier. So that is
oh, I
really
know, I cannot
awesome.
wait. I'm so excited. I want brows and lips in the spring. I want to just wake up and go. Like
Go for
I do it
it.
for everyone else. I'm like, what about me? I need to do
Go
it
for
too.
it. Okay, is there a name for your course?
Yes, so it is called Brow Henna Basics and Design, and I can totally throw the link in here for you guys come Monday once it launches, but I can go ahead and throw that free workshop in here if you like. I can totally post that.
Yes. Thank you for joining
And you
us
can
today. It
check
was
it
so
out.
nice to have you
Yeah.
on again and see your pretty face and hear all about henna brows. And I can't wait to see what else you'll come up with later on.
Right? It was good to hear your voice. I missed you.
Yes, and we can try to see if we can put this somewhere else also. We know how to download it and post it. We'll get more
Yeah,
tech
for sure.
savvy. We have to get more tech savvy as we go.
So many apps, so many things. We'll figure it
Right.
out. My last Instagram live, I spent forever just trying to bring someone on, and then the echo was insane. And I was like, I don't know what I'm doing, but we're here.
Who did you bring
Terrible.
on?
Who was it echoing really bad with? I believe it was one of my clients. She's a nurse and she's also part of the mental health wellness company, I believe it's called. So we were chit chatting, but it was just like this horrible echo, and I felt terrible. So I'll have to have her on again.
That's the thing. You can always do it again. And I loved how we just did this spontaneously. You said you worked all day. You had your mentoring today, and I've just been sitting on the computer pretty much today doing like some editing. Here's my group and just working on my
I love
website.
your new photos, by the way, with the little logo in the corner. They look wonderful. Good
Thank
job.
you.
Love
Oh,
them.
thank you. Yes, every little stuff. It just takes more and more as you tweak it as you go. So I'm not a professional. I tell everybody I'm an amateur PMU artist and I'm amateur photo editor, but I like to improve myself. So maybe I'm a little bit more than amateur right now, but I'm still not any fancy high-tech guru person. I
Yeah,
just
we're
like to
always
be
learning.
yeah, I just like to be, relatable to everybody else. And people, and I got a really nice compliment this week from someone who told me that I did her eyeliner. She told me that she looked at my Instagram from like a year ago or 2 years ago and now, and she said she sees my improvement in my work and in my posts. And I said, wow, that means a lot to
Oh,
me because I said I want to delete everything. I'm tempted to just almost wipe out my whole
it's
page and
hard.
start
Yeah.
over or just delete and what you're not supposed to delete. But then when she told me that she's a